I am just reading this mail message from George and decided to respond possibly with this video, which will, I think, help to explain things a bit better. I take note of the fact that it seems as if you wanted to replace the current fixtures page with another fixtures page. So I'm just quickly going to go into the system and have a look at that. So if I type the website name and I go to the administration, well, let's go there first and see what it is that you mean by breaking the page. So if I go to fixtures, oh yes, I can see that it says that the article is not found. So what it is, really, if we go back to the home page, what it is, it means that which is really in effect just a link to the article on a specific page, has now found the page, but it didn't find any article. So all that page does here is to tell you that the article is missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the administration area where only the super administrator has got access. Just signing into the page now. Right, so I can immediately see that recently added articles were this thing. There seem to be two of them. But okay, so I'm going to have a look at the content in general, just clicking on the articles, and these are currently all the articles available on the website. And for one thing, I can see that the article for the just going back to the home page, the article for the fixtures is missing. It is not in that list. So if I go into my search tools and I have a look at status and list all the trashed articles, right, so there's the fixtures for 2014. So I'm just clicking on the title just to open the article and have a look at it. And you can see, yes, there's the article. So it is still recoverable. Really not a problem. And I think for one thing, I have a process whereby I would not trash an article immediately. I would I'm going to publish it again and just save it and then talk through it again. So that's how simple it is to just get it back. You can't do it, of course, yourself, but for me, as the super administrator, it's quite possible. You can't see any trashed articles, whereby I can. I think I can test that as well later. So the article is back. The page has never been broken. It's only it couldn't find the article because it was trashed. What I normally would do is not to trash an article immediately. You have these few things that you can do. You can publish it, you can unpublish it, you can archive it, and you can trash it. Now, it's no use archiving articles, because archiving articles simply means you put them away somewhere even though you're never going to use them. So between archived and trashed, I don't really see any sense in that. But what I would normally do is I would unpublish the article. I'm not going to do it here. So what I'm going to do, article is successfully saved. I'm simply going to close it here now, and then I will enter into the website from the front end like you would do. Right, so what I would do, obviously you've got to go to the home page and then to the admin. type in your username and your password. Of course, I've got my own username and password. I don't know anybody else's. There's no way I can check that. And I would log in. Now, when I log in and I look at the fixtures page, this is exactly what you would have seen. And what you would have done is to go into the editor, and then you would have gone into the publishing and choose to trash it at this point. Of course, you can unpublish it rather than trash it, and I think, and I'm going to test that now, I think it is possible to get it back if you unpublish it, whereas it won't be you won't be able to get it back when it's trashed, because you can't get into it in the first place. Mind you, I think it is possible that you won't be able to get it in that way either. So I'm going to unpublish it just to see how that would work. Now I save it, and you find that it says it's unpublished. Okay, but I can still see the article at this time. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign out, log out, and then you will find again the same thing. You won't be able to see the article. In fact, the public won't be able to see it because it's unpublished. It's not available for them to see. But if I sign back in like you would, also sign back in. Let's see if this works. Not easy to talk and type your password. Right, so if I now go into fixtures, being signed in, you can see that it is available for you to see. So you could go back into the editor, and you could go back into the publishing, and you could go back into publishing it. Okay, if we save it now and we log out, you can see it is back for the public to view. There's the home page and there's the fixtures page. So it is all back. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trash it like you did. So I'm going into the home page, down to the admin, sign in again. Oops. I think type 2 keys. Right, I'm signed in. Go to the fixtures page. Our page is available. Go into the edit page. Then go into the publishing where I am, and then I will trash the article exactly the same way you did. Oops, I need to save that before I log out. I trashed the article. It says that the article is saved, but can you now see, for me, it does not show that it is trashed. So if I sign out now, unless of course I didn't do it properly, let's have a look. Yes, I trashed it and the article is gone. Alright, so I've signed out. Now if I sign in again, let's see if this works. If it is possible to recover it from a trashed situation. Right, and if I now go to the fixtures page, oh yes, I can see the article, so it should be possible. No, it is not possible. Even though I can see the article, you can see that it is not possible to go into the editor to recover the article. So from that point of view, I think it is probably not a bad idea to rather than trashing an article or archiving it for that matter, to just unpublish it. And that way you can easily recover the article if you need to, if you have a situation where you now can't see it. So I'm logging out again. You can see that the article can't be seen by anybody, and you are now unable to recover from the trashed condition. And now it is up to me to be able to go back into trashed again. I just need to select status and search tools, select status, trashed, find the trashed article and then untrash it. Now the reason why I go through all of this will become clear very soon. I'm going to put it in unpublished state, which is what I think we should do, or you should do in the future. Rather than trashing it, just put it in unpublished state, and when you get to a time when you know for a fact that there's no way you're ever going to use that again, then you can go ahead and trash it. But it's better to go to the two-step process first. Right, now the reason why, I just want to refresh this page and then sign in again so that I can show you why the method that you followed by creating another one didn't work, which I will probably do in another video because I don't want to make this one too long. But just a last word on this. Let me just sign in. Right, so if I go to the fixtures, there it is back, we can see it. And best of all, we can also go back into the editing where it wasn't available when it was trashed. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, just for the time being, until you get another chance to work with this, I am going to publish this thing. It does not hurt to have it published. I know the information is old and not relevant anymore, but it is far better to look at that than to look at a screen that seems to be broken. And then I can talk in general what this is all about. So obviously it will now be available to the public as well to view. But I want to point out a thing that was not clear after I read your message, that was not clear about the videos that I made, is the talk about the category. You can see that we are using only two categories, or really three categories, but the one category is uncategorized, so it's in effect it's not a category. But we've got a news category and a support category. Now if you look at those, the news category is a link to the news link in the page there, and the support category is a link to the admin support there. And all it means that if you publish news or you publish admin support, it means that you can publish multiple articles and they are all linked through that category. The same with the support. For any other page, for the home page, the club offices page, the fixtures page as well, I'm not talking about the gallery, I'm not talking about that, and I'm not, yes, the find us page as well, not talking about that, not talking about the other things. For those links you can only have one article. Now that means that if you want to replace, for instance, this fixtures article, you should simply select all the text inside of this thing and delete it. In other words, throw it away and then replace it with whatever else you want to replace, because this specific page is the only page that will be linked to that menu item, which means that if you unpublish this or you trash it, then you will get the result of that link will not find an article. And I now realize that this is a little bit confusing, so I'm going to give us a second thought, and I could make it far simpler, that if I can create a category for every one of these things, these menu links, not talking about the contact us page and not talking about the gallery because that's a special case, then you should always, then it means that you could actually have more. You can have fixtures for 2014, you can have fixtures for 2015, you can have fixtures for 2017, etc., all on the one page, but really looked at as different, as separate articles. So you could have multiples of that on these pages as well. That is not how it was originally designed, but to change that is really a seamless thing, very, very easy to do. So I will be thinking about that, and I will be communicating with you to work out if that's probably the best idea. Now, the danger of not having a, scrolling up just a little bit, not having a category for the fixtures page is that if you delete this information and throw it away, it means it is gone. You can't recover it again. It is permanently gone. So if you make a mistake, then you could have a problem. There's one chance though. You can see this button talking about versions. If you click on that, it will list the previous versions of that same page, and you can of course go back into the page and get back previous versions of it. So it is not all lost 100%. You can go back, even if after you deleted it, you can go back and get it back through these separate versions that are saved. And as you can see, I think it saves up to 10 versions of the page, so you'll always have 10 versions to go back into. And what it gives you there is the date and the time that these versions were created. Like this is exactly, can you see there, the two new versions that was created when I saved it again, and this is the very oldest version, the very first version that I made. So you could always use this to recover things if you want to. Right, so I'm just going to close that because I won't be changing anything there. And I will be in contact probably maybe with another video to explain further maybe what it is that we need to do. I will make another video to have a look at the new article that you created, and we can talk about that as well. Okay, so that is it for this one.